Hey guys. Actress of the film. The actress in the film is Maris Alvarez. You have maybe probably seen her in Picandolante and as well in the Obi-Wan Star Wars series. She's the spouse of Marcos and the mother of Val and Laurie. And she is, I would say, that even though the focus on the story is on the family members, but she is the main object that is important for the flourishing of the film. Why? Because throughout the film, you will see the daughters going ahead, especially the small one, goes ahead and starts seeing her mother. And that is a very nice touch on the film. Why do I say this? Because sometimes, even though grief can be persuaded or presented with a good acting, but it's really great to see grief as well seen in the eyes of the characters talking to the person that passed away. In this case, the spouse of Marcos and the mother of Val and Laurie. This family is going through a lot in regards to the passing of the character of the mother. The thing is that there's more to the story behind what we're going to explain now. But let's go ahead and talk about more about the scenes. The whole film goes and moves forward in a poolside area. It's like a pool, and everything goes through there. The whole film is there. There's like a couple of other scenes in other areas, but the whole film is right there. I liked that the director went ahead. Sylvia went ahead and presented the mother in an on and off situation. What do I stand for in this? That you could see her in certain moments interacting with certain characters, and as well when we get back to that scene where she's not there, but you as the audience member knows that she is there because the character that is right there interacting with her is the one that is seeing her. The main thing in this case is that when you go ahead and see the two girls that are literally the main flourishing of the story, there is very epic scenes where the spouse is right there trying to explain to Marcos what's going on, even though he's imagining things and imagining the conversation of what's going on actually. The thing is that he does invite his friends due to that they are planning on making some sales in regards to a land like that they can build. I imagine that it's a apartment complex or a couple of apartments moving forward for their company. But then you have the spouse giving him advice like, hey, you should be with your daughters. Remember, one of your daughters was the one that identified my body, and as well, you didn't have the guts to go ahead and see me. The thing is that the how Sylvia went ahead and persuade and showed us how grief is passed on with all of these family members was top notch. Why do I say this? Because the giving of the information of the main character's spouse and going ahead and giving all these explanations and the interactions, because that's where I think that makes this film very heavy, is the passion of the interaction between these characters. What do I mean? I'm going to tell you that there's a couple of scenes that caught my eye and my attention about this film. One of them, let's start with the first one. When the young daughter made the fact that did not want it to be inside the pool, she went ahead and gets on a floating, and starts interacting with her mother. And not in the sense like having a conversation, just having a fun moment that she's imagining that her mother is still with her, playing and just giggling of what they're doing on the moment. That's the first thing. Second thing, one of the things that the eldest daughter goes ahead and says, that the young one was playing with the walk-in closet of their mother. But the fun fact is that she goes ahead and just like makes it as a joke, like, hey, I'm a strong female, I'm not gonna be sad in regards to what's going on, it's time to move forward. But this is where it gets interesting. In the process, there is, I imagine it's a small inclination, my bad, there's a small inclination where mother is with the red dress, and then it turns out to be the daughter. The daughter throws herself inside the pool, and then the father, Marcos, goes ahead and saves her and asks her like, hey, are you doing okay? And then there's this major small little conversation that we don't get to see, because again, we're talking about a short film here, but it's a very interesting conversation that happens between father and daughter, like, hey, what's going on? Is everything okay? It's really interesting because the transition of like from mother to daughter was very pristine and very, very nice. Now, there's one final interaction that I really did admire from the director, and as well I would say that the message is right there, and not only the message, it's just how powerful this short film was. I would say that out of the 6 short films, this would be one of my favorite ones. There's this interaction with Marcos and the spouse where he goes ahead, she is laying down on the pool, completely nude, and he goes ahead and does a certain, I don't want to say this is, I really don't know how to explain it throughout fruition, but I will go ahead and just go ahead and mention it. So there is this moment between them that is kind of like sexual, but in a very subtle way. It's not even fully sexual, but it's just like a factor of like grief of him as a spouse that misses his wife, in all sense of the word, of missing his wife. And in that interaction, that's where the spouse and him are having this conversation like, hey, what are you doing? Why are you not worrying about the kids? Why are you not doing this? You prefer to bring your friends here to work than just pay attention to your daughters. XYZ things. It's amazing how Sylvia captured all of these things in this film. And as well, not only the fact that they were captured, is the sense of the message of how grief takes, I would say, control of your decisions to, like, I want to do this instead of think about this. One of the other things that this film brought is that final scene. There's this final scene, the 2 daughters are helping their father get ready for another day. I would say another day at work. It's time for them to go to school and to move forward. It was a very amazing, beautiful scene. It felt like the lighting was very natural. It was natural lighting. The scene was very curated in a very beautiful way. And I would say that having this film brought to life, because there is something that I want to mention. I left it to the last part because This is the main message. There's one main message inside the film of Salí a Caminar. The main message is that one of the key parts of the story is that the main character's spouse actually did not commit suicide. She was actually killed. Due to the fact that there is a slight brief explanation between the spouse and Marcos, where they are like speaking about it, like, hey, you started walking to this area, and when I told you that you shouldn't be walking, she explains why she was doing it, and it was just amazing, because as well it gives a message of things that do happen here in Puerto Rico. It's such an amazing way how these short films have that slight message of things that actually happen in Puerto Rico, and we don't see them that much in the news. And if it is covered, it's covered very slightly. So the film brings so much to the table that it would be nice that we could go ahead, sit down, and have this as I'm not going to say like a full-length film, but a longer film, where you can see the whole story of the spouse and see everything in fruition on the start from the end. So I would say that, Sylvia, if you have the chance, go ahead and please do a full script for this film, because again, it is a nice message. It touches upon bases about grief, and it touches upon bases of things that do actually happen in Puerto Rico, and that they're not all the time is covered, because we're busy covering other things, right? But I would say that Salí a Caminar is an excellent short film, is one of my favorite ones of the 6. I will do a video where I'm going to be putting them in ranking, like which ones were from the one that I love to the least one that I loved, that I liked. But I'm not going to say least. I'm just going to say that, it's just how I would put them in order if I would be the one judging these short films. So guys, thank you for following us, liking this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed, comment below, help us here with the YouTube algorithm. There's more to come here at Brilliant Films, so I will see you in the next one. And if you have a chance to see Salí a Caminar somewhere, go ahead and check it out. See you guys in the next one.